Have you ever heard someone say, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks," or "Dogs only see in black and white"? Guess what? Lots of people believe these things, but they're not true. In fact, there are so many myths about dogs that even the biggest dog lovers can get tricked. Some of these myths are just funny, but others could actually make life harder for our furry friends. Today, we're going to uncover the truth behind the most common dog myths. You might be surprised, and you'll definitely learn something new that could help you and your dog. Dogs are awesome. They're loyal, loving, and always happy to see us. But sometimes, people think they know a lot about dogs just because they've had one for a long time or heard stories from friends. The truth is, not everything we hear about dogs is correct. Some things are just old stories that have been passed down for years. It's important to know what's true and what's not, because believing in the wrong things can hurt our dogs or make them unhappy. If we really care about our pets, we need to learn the facts and make sure we're doing what's best for them. The big problem is that there's so much information about dogs out there, but not all of it is true. Sometimes, people give advice that sounds right but isn't. For example, someone might say, "Feed your dog only meat," or "If your dog wags its tail, it's always happy." If we believe these things without checking if they're true, we might feed our dogs the wrong food or misunderstand how they're feeling. This can make dogs sick or scared, and sometimes it can even be dangerous for people. That's why we need to be careful and make sure we know the real facts about dogs. Let's take a deeper look at each of the 10 classic dog myths, explaining not only what people believe, but also what science and experts have found to be true. Myth number 1. One dog year equals 7 human years. You might have heard that every year of a dog's life is like 7 human years. This is a simple way to think about it, but it's not accurate. Dogs grow up much faster in their first couple of years. For example, a 1-year-old dog is more like a 15-year-old human, and a 2-year-old dog is like a 24-year-old human. After that, each dog year is about 5 human years, but it also depends on the dog's size and breed. Bigger dogs usually age faster than smaller dogs. So, the 7 years rule is just a rough guess and isn't very helpful for understanding your dog's real age or health needs. Myth number 2. Dogs can only see in black and white. Many people think dogs live in a colorless world, seeing only shades of gray. This isn't true. Dogs have 2 types of color-sensing cells in their eyes, called cones, while humans have 3. Because of this, dogs see fewer colors than we do, but they can still see some colors, especially blues and yellows. For example, if you throw a blue or yellow ball, your dog can see it clearly, but a red ball might look brownish or gray to them. So, while their world isn't as bright and colorful as ours, it's definitely not just black and white. Myth number 3. Dogs eat grass when they're sick. Many people worry if they see their dog eating grass, thinking it means the dog is sick or wants to throw up. But research shows most dogs eat grass just because they like the taste or texture, or sometimes because they're bored. Only a small number of dogs actually get sick after eating grass. Some experts think dogs might eat grass to get more fiber or to help get rid of parasites, but most of the time it's just normal dog behavior and nothing to worry about. Myth number 4. A wagging tail always means a happy dog. It's easy to think a wagging tail means a dog is happy, but that's not always true. Dogs wag their tails to communicate many feelings, not just happiness. A wagging tail can also mean a dog is excited, nervous, scared, or even upset. The way a dog wags its tail, how high, how fast, and which direction, can give clues about how it feels. For example, a tail wagging more to the right usually shows positive feelings, while wagging to the left can mean the dog is anxious. So, always look at the whole dog, including its ears, face, and body, to know how it really feels. Myth number 5. Dogs are carnivores and only need meat. Some people think dogs should eat only meat, like their wild ancestors, wolves. But dogs have changed a lot since they became our pets. They are actually omnivores, which means they can eat both meat and plants. Dogs need a balanced diet that includes protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Feeding only meat can cause health problems, like weak bones or tummy troubles. Good dog food often includes grains and vegetables to keep dogs healthy. Myth number 6. Grain-free food is better for dogs. You might see dog food that says grain-free and think it's healthier. But unless your dog is allergic to grains, which is rare, grains are actually good for them. In fact, some grain-free foods have been linked to heart problems in dogs, especially if they use lots of peas or lentils instead of grains. Most dogs do just fine with grains like rice or oats in their food, and these can give them important nutrients and energy. Myth number 7. Dogs know when they've done something wrong. Have you ever come home to find your dog looking guilty after making a mess? It might seem like your dog knows it did something wrong, but scientists have found that dogs don't actually feel guilt the way humans do. The guilty look is really just your dog reacting to your voice, face, or body language when you're upset. Dogs live in the moment and don't remember past actions the way people do. So, if you scold your dog for something it did hours ago, it won't understand why you're upset. It just knows you're unhappy right now. Myth number 8. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Some people believe only puppies can learn new things, but that's not true. Older dogs can learn new tricks and commands too. It might take a little longer, and you may need to be more patient, but senior dogs can still enjoy training and learning. Teaching older dogs new things is good for their brains and helps keep them active and happy. Just make sure to choose tricks and activities that fit their age and health. Myth number 9. Certain breeds are inherently more aggressive. People sometimes think certain breeds, like pit bulls or Rottweilers, are always mean or dangerous. But studies show that aggression depends much more on how a dog is raised, trained, and treated than on its breed. Any dog can be friendly or aggressive, and breed bans don't make people safer. Instead, teaching people how to care for and train their dogs, and making sure dogs are socialized and supervised, is what really matters for safety. Myth number 10. Blind dogs are depressed and can't live fulfilling lives. If a dog loses its sight, some people think it will be sad all the time or won't enjoy life anymore. But blind dogs can still have happy, active lives. Dogs rely a lot on their sense of smell, hearing, and touch, and they can learn to get around using these senses. Keeping things in the same place and using sounds or smells to guide them helps blind dogs feel safe and confident. With a little help, blind dogs can play, go for walks, and enjoy life just like any other dog. The most surprising myth is probably the one about wagging tails. Almost everyone thinks a wagging tail means a happy dog. But this isn't always true, and it can be dangerous if you try to pet a dog that's actually scared or upset. Understanding what your dog is really feeling can help you keep both you and your dog safe. It's a big deal because it shows how important it is to look for the real signs of how a dog feels, not just what we think we know. We've just busted 10 of the most common dog myths. Now you know that dogs can see some colors, that they don't always wag their tails because they're happy, and that even old dogs can learn new tricks. It's important to know the truth, because believing in myths can hurt our pets or make them unhappy. When we learn the real facts, we can take better care of our dogs and help them live their best lives. So, which myth surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want to learn more cool facts about dogs and other pets, check out our other videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on tips that can help you and your furry friends. Your dog will be glad you did.